Hello guys, welcome into another video. Today we're going to be talking about the Zeus Mark II for you. Let's get right into it without any delay because this is a very exciting class of ships. And yes, these class of ships are designed to compete with the A1 Spirit. I think this is a great class of ships. I don't know if you want to call them medium size, these medium sized cruise ships. I like these style of ships. I think that these are great introductions into crude gameplay, so it's gonna be great. And we all know the lore about the original Zeus. It was the first ship with a quantum drive. You guys know this, so let's get down and let's see what these variants are hitting for. You got a nice photo of them right here. Of course, the MR is after my heart, so we got some advertising right here. It says Zeus Mark II, ready to figure out a whole new generation of travelers across the universe. Robert Space Industries is proud to introduce a starship 8 centuries in the making, the all-new Zeus Mark II spacecraft, paying homage to the classic design launched humanity into the stars. The Zeus Mark II has been updated to exceed modern standards while retaining the heart of this beloved spacefaring icon. And we can see some more great we can see some more great pictures of the Zeus right here. Now, one interesting thing that I'm seeing is the Zeus's shields look spherical because they're shooting from the top of the ship, and the shots look like they're not going through the shields. So that's very, very interesting. So we're going to talk about the ES first. The Zeus Mark II ES with a focus on exploration. The Zeus Mark II ES features a robust radar package for finding new discoveries, along with enhanced weaponry and shielding to help bring them back home. So this is going to be your top of the line in this class exploration ship, which I think that we need some more exploration ships in this size. Something like this would probably be good for those long range bunker runs. You know, if you need to go to Pyro right quick just to get some quick cargo and bring it back, this probably be the ship for you. It has plenty of shields. This will be the Care Bear's dream right here. Then we have the MR. You know, the MR is after my own heart because I like ships that are black, and I like ships that are good for bounty hunting. The Zeus Mark II MR with a focus on security. The Zeus Mark II MR features an EMP device, quantum dampener to help neutralize hostile forces. Now it's going to be interesting for this ship right here, talking about it, what its top speed is going to be. We can speculate. It'll probably be somewhere similar, if not a little bit quicker than the A1 Spirit. So I'm going to speculate the MR is going to have a top speed of about 12 to 1300 meters per second, you know, just so you can, you know, chase down those bad guys wherever you're trying to stop, or if you're just trying to stop regular players. You know, it'd be really good if they gave it, you know, the Cuddy Blue's top speed, which would directly compete with that ship. I think, you know, this ship and the Cuddy Blue are direct competitors, and one could argue that this ship looks a little bit better than the Cuddy Blue. Then we have the Zeus Mark II CL. With a focus on commerce, the Zeus Mark II CL features additional cargo space with a tractor beam ideal for handling large volumes of freight. This ship competes directly with the C1 Spirit, and I didn't want the C1 Spirit to dominate this space, even though I'm a Crusader fanboy myself. I love the Hercules chassis. I love the Spirit chassis. I actually have the A1 myself. They don't have the C1. I don't have the other variants, but I didn't want to see just one manufacturer dominate this space. And I think it's good for players to have different options for the same style of ship. And I think that with the way that cargo is going in the future, I think we're going to start seeing a lot of ships come out with these tractor beams. And I think even some of the older ships will probably get repurposed and refitted. How long that will take, I don't know. Don't ask me. But I would love to see like the freelancers get refitted with a remote turret in the back. I would love to see the C2 get refitted with a tractor beam in the back as well. I think it'd be great. Some of these older ships getting a little bit of love too. So let's go down here, and we're going to see the technical specs of the ships as they stand right now. Now, we all know that these things are subject to change, right? Nothing that they put out right now is set in stone until that ship comes out, you know, within a year's time into the PU. So we got technical specs of the Zeus Mark II, crew for 3, which is, I think a crew of 3. I think that's the right size of players for a ship. I think anything bigger than that, especially given the current state of the persistent universe, it gets a little bit glitchy sometimes. I think, these style of ships and these size of ships are perfect. They're great. Cargo capacity 32 SCU, 1 size 3 fuel tank. It has 3 suit lockers, 4 size 2 shields. So this is a shieldy board right here, so that's good. 1 size 3 radar. Now we see the pilot, and that's probably gonna be, I'm not sure if the pilot controlled weapons and the, if you're flying the ship still remote turret as well. I don't think so, but it'll have to be something that we have to see here, over the next year or so when it comes to this ship. The exterior, I happen to like it a lot. It has that wedge-shaped design. And I've actually been calling for the Constellation series to kind of get this new design language overhaul, just because I think it will make the Connie look even better than it does already. So let's take a look at the interior of the ES. So starting in the back of the ship, we have the cargo hold. We have the 32 SCU of cargo space, which is a lot of space. You could put, a vehicle in here. I think they said a Cyclone would fit. I'm not sure if an Ursa would fit though. But if you're doing cargo, you're probably not going to be doing, a whole lot of. So if you're doing, a lot of exploration, I don't think you're going to be bringing back a lot of cargo. So this might be one of the more perfect ships for doing, the bunkers and some of the other missions where you may be able to bring back loot and stuff like that. So I think that this is great, right? And then we have our crew habitation right here. We've got the bunks, we got our suit lockers, and I think this is the side entrance of the ship right here with the ladder, which is great. And one thing that this ship has over the Hercules chassis, and why you might want to consider one of these over the Spirit series, is because it has an extra entrance. One thing about the A1 and that chassis, which I don't like, is that it doesn't have another entrance. Meaning, if you have, if you have to get out of the ship really quick, you have to egress in the A1. You have to go from the cockpit or wherever you're at all the way out to the back door. And so what this means is, if you have somebody that maybe wants to jump you, if they're outside with weapons and you're not in an armistice zone, they know that there's only one spot you're coming out in the ship. One thing that I love about the ship, also talking about the ES, is I love how it has a lot of shielding. And that's one area where I think the Spirit series falls a little bit short. The shields are not good. So what this means is, if you find yourself into a situation, you're going to be more protected than you would in the Spirit class of ships. So this may be another reason why you want to consider this over a C1. Okay, so let's move on to the MR. You get a look at that exterior. So already the ship is after my heart. Like I said, I love ships that come in this color, that are in this price range, that are super affordable, and you can play with 1 to 2 friends quite easily, right? So we have a cockpit up here. We have our pilot controlled weapons. We have a remote turret underneath, and we have another remote turret on top. So we have plenty of coverage. We have our EMP and QED, which is nice. And if you guys haven't noticed already in the PU, you can actually see where people have been interdicted. So what I love about that change to the PU is it gives you more options and where you want to do stuff. So like, let's just say, for instance, that you want to go, sell some things at one of the salvage yards, and you can look at the salvage yards and see which ones have been, QED'd or quantum snared recently. So that gives you like more of an option to plan what you want to do. Information is a good. More information is a good thing, right? So I love that. But getting back to this, you know, you have your remote turret underside, and I think this is great. I think this is probably going to be one of the better smaller crude ships. I'm looking forward to going out with you know, the two guys that I play this game with the most. You know, with this ship, going to, you know, Pyro, doing a couple of things and coming back. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. I'm super hyped for this ship. I did pick one up already. I didn't pay actual money for it. I had some store credit and I had a 20% off coupon, and I upgraded, you know, my Gladius to this. And yeah, some people may say like, oh, why'd you upgrade your Gladius? Well, you know, I did. And I also was able to get a Cutter Scout as well from upgrading another ship with my remaining $20 in store credit. So it's all good. I'm very happy to get this ship, and I have 2 A1s now actually. So it's all good. This I think is great. This ship is great. I'm already liking it a lot. I'm not gonna say I'm in love with it because I haven't flown it yet, but just from the looks alone, I like it. I like it a lot. Okay, we're gonna move on to the interior of the MR. So this is where the interior changed a little bit. I think pretty much everything past this bulkhead right here, everything's pretty much going to be the same. So for these videos, I'm going to be talking about this bulkhead and back. So the crew habitation, of course, is going to be a little bit smaller. We have the armory right here. I don't know what this room is going to be. If this is going to be like an empty space in the ship, I'm pretty sure they'll figure out some way to make this not so empty. You know what I mean? So whether that's just like an extra regular room or whatever. But here's the thing that I'm interested about the most are the transport pods. This is going to add, you know, exciting gameplay. You know, trying to capture players, get them into these pods, and we already know how glitchy the game is. So there's going to be a lot of memes, a lot of fun, a lot of heartache, a lot of pain dealing with these transport pods. Unless it comes out and it works great. We have our 16 SEU of space. So if they have, you know, some drugs or some other, you know, things that you want to bring back with you, or maybe you want to stick a vehicle in here, maybe you could. I don't know. I don't know if that's big enough to get an Ursa back there, but we're gonna try. You already know we're gonna test to see what we can put back here. One thing I forgot to mention about the we're just gonna go back to it real quick because this is my video, right? Interior of this, I'm pretty sure you can get a rock back here, or maybe 2 rock miners back here, and this could be another great ship. The ES could be another great ship to go out and do a lot of rock mining because it's not as big, you know. It's bigger than a Cuddy for sure, but you know, it's still within that range to where you can do a lot of that stuff. So going back to the MR's interior, I'm excited about it. I'm excited about these transport pods. And yeah, that's all I got for the MR. I have one. I would love to try to give one of these away. I'm going to work on that. You know, all giveaways that I do come out of my own pocket. So I'm not sure which variant I would give away. I think I might go for the ES just because it's like the normal one, you know. And it's probably the cheapest one that I can do because, you know, if you guys want to see me do more giveaways, just subscribe to the channel. Like, I would love to do 3 to 4 giveaways a year. But as I'm set up right now, I can only do about 2. So let's get the channel up. That way I can do more of these giveaways because I know people can't afford ships. I know people that like to buy ships, and I would like to help people do that. So let's move on to the CL, or maybe I'll do the CL. Who knows? Things are always subject to, you know, whatever, to change. But getting to the CL, there's no secret what this ship's going to be for. This is going to be your cruise ship. Again, you have a crew of 3. You have 128 SE of cargo, which I believe is more than the Freelancer. You have 1 size 2 tractor beam, which, you know, now you're competing with the C1. And I think this also has more cargo than the C1. So now you have options. And now it comes down to okay, do I want this ship to, let me just say this. I'm stumbling my words because my thoughts are, they're running really quick, and my mind is changing as I'm saying stuff. All right. So this CL is better than the Spirit C1. I'm gonna tell you why. 3 size 2 shields. The Spirit series of ships needs more shielding. They don't have enough. I was doing a practice bomb run during the Money from Nothing mission, the Ghost Hollow mission, and there was the NPC Cuddy Blacks out there, and I had 2 of them flying towards me. Right? And they had me red hulled. By the time I dropped my bomb, I was already red hulled. So I think that with these ships having more shielding, that they are vastly superior to the Crusader counterparts. And this is one thing that everyone needs to consider when looking at these ships. It's the shielding. I'm gonna make a video about this, about the Spirit A1, and it needing more shielding. But for now, we're gonna stick here. So like I said, we got 3 size 2 shields, 2 size 2 fuel tanks, and 1 size 2 quantum. So this is another ship that you can go do, cargo runs between systems. I'm pretty sure you could take this ship to Pyro and back, right? You do got to be careful because depending on where you go, Pyro's big. It's double the size of Stanton. So you have to be careful and make sure that you have plenty of fuel, but it looks like this thing's going to have a lot of fuel. And another thing that I wanted to say is that the military quantum drives may not be the best when we get Pyro into our system, because you're going to need things that are more efficient. They may take you longer to get there, but they're not going to cost you as much in quantum fuel. So that's one thing for everybody to consider, right? The exterior of the ship, again, we have our pilot controlled weapons. We have a remote turret underneath. And I'm pretty sure this tractor beam is going to be back here somewhere. They didn't put it on this graphic, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be up top here somewhere. And also remember, guys, these concepts are subject to change, because you draw something and then you try to make it, and then it's not exactly how you envision it to be. All right, so we're going to move on to the interior. Got the massive cargo hold, okay? We got our crew habitation. Plenty of room for a lot of cargo back here. I'm really liking these ships. I think that they're great competitors to the Cuddy Black, to the Cutlass series. They're great competitors for your freelancers, and they're great competitors to the Spirit series of ships. Like I said, I'm really liking these ships, and hopefully they fly a little bit better than their counterparts. From what I've seen, ships like the Scorpions that's come out more recently have flown very, very well. The Spirit series fly very, very well. And I would have to imagine that these as well are going to fly very, very smoothly. So with that being said, guys, that's going to be my deep dive into the new Zeus Mark II series of ships, that new family of ships. And I want to thank you all for watching this video to the end. Let me know which variant that you're going to pick up. I picked the Mark II already have it. So let me know what you have down in the comments below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace. So I stopped the video, then I clicked on something, and I saw this little graphic right here that has the full breakdown. It has the full breakdown. So we have the full technical specs right here of each ship, and we're just going to run through this really quick because I think this is important as well. So we have main, Royal Explorer Crew 3, length 46 meters, width 34 meters, height 8 meters. Let me get the specs of the A1 up real quick so we can try to find a direct comparison. All right, so I think we have a direct comparison here. We have the Spirit E1. Actually, I'm going to use the A1 because it's already out. It's set in stone of what it actually is. All right, so we got specifications. All right, so the length is 46 meters for the ES. We got roughly the same length, so the A1's a little bit longer. The width is 34 meters, and I'm pretty sure this is like at its widest point, which is probably like around here somewhere. Looks like that's going to be the widest point of the ship. Height of 8 meters. So this ship is actually a little bit taller. Okay, so this is roughly about the same size, like almost identical same size as, well, in terms of length. I'm pretty sure the Spirit series of ships are a lot wider because they have those massive wings, right? So these ships are roughly in the same class, the same size of ships. And then we can get a better look at that remote turret on the side right here underneath. It sits pretty far back. All right, cool. So pilot has two size 4 fixed weapon hardpoints, 2 size 4 custom missile racks, 1 size 3 remote turret, and that's going to be for your tractor beam. And their general is they have 1 size 3 radar. We already went over that. It looks like they're all about the same in terms of their stats on the actual ship. The things that are going to be different are the weapons. So we have 2 size 4 weapon hardpoints, 2 size 4 custom missile racks. Is there any ship that comes with size 4 missiles stock? I'm pretty sure there is. I just can't think of it. 1 size 3 remote turret, 1 size 3 forward-facing remote turret. So is one of these turrets not going to face forward? Okay, yeah. Because like on this graphic right here, they're both facing forward, so I don't know. All right. 1 size 2 radar, 2 size 2 fuel tanks, 3 size 2 shields. Good. Oh, I said something wrong earlier. I said something wrong. This remote turret, the size 3, is for the gun. This is the one that'll have the tractor beam on it, but we don't get a view of that on this. Yeah, the 1 size 2 rear tractor utility beam. I'm pretty sure, I'm trying to zoom in more. I'm pretty sure it's going to be right here in the back of the ship. So you're still going to have your remote turret for your co-pilot to use on this ship. Again, 2 size 4, weapon hardpoints, 2 size 4 custom missile rack, 1 size 3 remote turret, 1 size 2 radar, 2 size 2 fuel tanks, and 3 size 2 shields. I love it. So this is good. This is really good.